documentation of an entire life. An individual with a randomly assigned name and identity was placed into a geometric survival simulation, his motor abilities translated through a keyboard and mouse interface. The events and lives that preceded this one are not in focus, nor future events which, from this perspective, would never happen nor hold any bearing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is One Life Only. Hello and good evening. Hello, my name is GoldVision. Today we're going to be playing a little game called PlanetSide 2. We're going to be playing a game mode called One Life Only. If you don't get it, it's very idealistic, I guess, to kind of appreciate one life at a time instead of thinking about just using it up to get to the next point, next checkpoint, the next certification point, the next goal. It's trying to combat the existential crisis of endlessly looking for whatever we're trying to find out there. I'm trying to appreciate what we've already found. All right, so if you're familiar with this whole system, we go to behindthename.com and we generate a random name. Bricius Bala is the random name that was generated with the mythology and some of the other checkboxes checked, which we will assign to the character. We're going to generate a random number from 1 to 3 to cover the Vanu, New Conglomerate, and Terran Republic. And finally we get something that isn't the Terran Republic. I'd like to welcome everybody who's joined so far. It's a pretty exciting game mode, and I wanted to add a small change this time around to generate a job or occupation. Just an idea behind which my character would operate, and a researcher is what's been assigned. All these websites just showed up somewhere on the internet, so it's pretty nice. I'm surprised Google hasn't taken control of all of them yet. I should be able to just type in what I want and then get a name and everything, but maybe that's like a couple weeks out. Traditionally Connery because of the latency. The name Bricius Bala. It could be anybody. That looks like Bricius. I'm assuming that's how you say it. And actually, since it's my name that I'm going to have to deal with, I'm going to go ahead and say that's the correct pronunciation. When you load up PlanetSide, it always wants to place you in the VR tutorial zone, which it's great to be there. And one of these days, I'll do that tutorial. But today, honestly, it was a very busy day for me, and honestly, I just want to get in there and just see some of the action that's going on in PlanetSide 2 today. I don't know if that's the most healthy way to survive, but I think focusing on just surviving for the sake of it, you're going to end up just sitting here in the virtual reality training area. No consequences. Well, let's go ahead. I think I'm acclimated. That should work, right? Did that work last time? Sometimes menu options are relatively inconsistent. It didn't. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out into the world. Let's see, Esamir. Let's go for it. There's a comment that says the tutorial is not that great. Kyle Leung says that the tutorial is not that great for new players, and I don't know because I haven't been a new player for PlanetSide for a long time, and every friend I've tried to get involved with is kind of hasn't figured out exactly how they want to play PlanetSide 2, but I know that I have done it one time just to see what it was because it was new, and it seemed like there was Seems like there was room for growth, let's say. I'm gonna just join combat. I know, well, actually, I don't want to jump right in yet. I want to become someone who can heal themselves and others. And you get a... Which is the best camo? Who's got the best camo? Wow. They're excited about wearing black camouflage, but I think it's really ineffective here on the planet. So I have to apologize for anybody's language that seems inappropriate. It's this is a war zone in some in some regard, but also it's a public environment that I don't personally own or have control over. So I'll do what I can, and hopefully others will be somewhat polite once things get a little more hairy right here at the rink. Like I said, I just wanted to get into combat. I've been assigned the job of a researcher. Doesn't sound that interesting, but I bet it's important, and I want to research right now, regardless of this level of stress or risk involved. There's a lot. There's a lot of you can hear a premonition of the voices of the people who are in the spawn room that you're about to appear in. And looks like my gun's disappeared. Alright. It sounds like the rink is relatively well defended, but there's a lot of conflict, obviously. The class that I've chosen is the medic class, for the point of healing other players by pressing the F key, which is the unique player, the unique class's ability. And then there's a healing tool as well. Both of which I think I'll be using to try to improve these circumstances for the other players. I can revive too, but for now, until I get my bearings and while I'm conducting my research, I think I'm just going to focus on using the tools that I have and kind of moving forward, only at a rate that promotes the wellness of everybody. Wow. That's the end. I spoke too soon. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was getting into. I can't respawn. That's the it's part of the rule, fortunately. I wanted to get out there. I just wanted to be part of it, and I really just needed to get amped up and change the way that my day was feeling, and that worked. That worked. I just feel like the research is complete. We've concluded that it is unsafe here at the rink. If any players are out there, there's plenty of combat that's happening right here that needs to get some resolve if you're into that kind of thing. It looks like the VS has got the base under control, but they're fighting off a lot of NC. So I appreciate everybody for watching and putting up with this this style of gameplay, and I hope you all have a great night, and if you do jump into the battle, that it goes well for the VS. Not that I have a bias, but I might have a slight one. Thanks again.